is task 5, and I'm collecting hair samples and scales to detect ringworm. So I have my supplies. I have my alcohol swabs here, and I have my DTM plate. So if you look here, it's DTM on here. So the first thing I'm going to do is prep the site with alcohol. So I'm going to do this side over here with alcohol. I'm going to open the plate. And in the site that I prepped, I'm going to grab a hair. So I have the hair and the scale here, if you can see. There's hair. I'm going to place it in the medium. So now that it's in the medium, I'm going to prep another site in a different area that has lesions. And I'm going to grab some hairs here. So more hair. So you can see that there's the hair and the scale. And I'm going to collect one more from another site up here near his rump. And got some samples of hair here. And place it in the medium. So these incubate, according to this manufacturer instructions, these incubate for 14 days. So what you'll do is you'll check it every day for 14 days to see if there is any growth of fungi, and then you'll report it in the patient's chart. This is Ashley Anderson, and this is the second half of task 5. So I went ahead, task 5. So I went ahead, and this has been sitting for 14 days, and there has been no growth from the strands of hair that have been on it. And so I can safely say that this test is negative for ringworm. If it was positive, it would show colonies of the fungi, similar to this right here. And these are other types of DTM, but there's obviously no growth here. This is what the actual organism looks like of the fungi if you were to look at it microscopically. So what I'll do next is I'll go into the patient's chart. So it's going to be ringworm DTM culture, and it's going to be negative, and then I'm going to stamp it with my name, and then you hit OK, and then it's in the chart. This is Ashley Anderson, and this is task 11. I'm going to do an ELISA test, so I have my snap test here. So I'm going to open it. And I'm going to take 4 drops of the blue in here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I have the 4 drops. And I'm going to get 3 drops of the plasma. One, 2, 3, perfect. And I'm going to invert the tube. Then I'm going to stick it here in this window. And I'm going to run it through here, like this. and it will snap it, and then it will read it, and then once the results are done, it will show up on the screen, and then I'll put it in the record. Now that the snap test is finished, you can see here for the CPL for Claire that it's abnormal. And so it automatically links it to the chart, but if you were to manually enter it into the chart, you would pull up Claire's record, you would scroll down here under CPL, and then you would just write abnormal. And that's how you record it in the chart. Okay. This is Ashley Anderson, and I'm going to perform a vaginal smear. So I have my cotton tip applicator here, and I'm going to moisten it with saline at the tip. And then I'm going to go in the vestibule of the vagina. So pierce the vagina, and I'm going to go in here all the way in. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm good with her, Elizabeth, thank you. I'm going to take my sample on a microscope slide, and I'm going to roll it on here. Then when it's dry, I'm going to stain it with Diff Quick, and I'm going to examine the cells. So I stained this slide with Diff Quick, and I've dried it prior to staining and after staining by gently waving it in the air. So now I'm going to look under the microscope. Hi, just a second. Okay, so I'm going to look at this on the low power. And once I get focused in here, so I'm already seeing some superficial cells. Those are the predominant ones I see so far. So what I'll do is I'll continue scanning the slide in a fashion like this, and I'm going to look at cells like this. So anasterisk, you're going to see intermediate and peribasal cells are the ones that are the most prominent one. And then proestrus, you're going to see kind of a transition from the peribasal cells. And then for estrus, this is when you're going to see the superficial cells, and these are the ones that I'm seeing. You can also see epithelia cells and red blood cells during estrus too. And then diestrus is when they kind of go back to where you see the peribasal cells. Okay. This is Ashley Anderson, and this is Task 18, Culture and Sensitivity. So I have my fresh agar plate here, and I have my sterile cultural swab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swab where her incision is to test for bacteria. So I'm going to open this sterilely and not touch the tip of the culture. And I'm going to touch the incision here and get it. And then once I get that, I'm going to take it on my agar plate and rotate it on top of here. And I'm going to incubate this in an incubator for 24 hours and check back to see if I grew any bacteria. So I've waited 24 hours after doing the agar plate, so you can see the colonies, the growth of the bacteria here. So in order to see which antibiotic this bacteria is susceptible to, we're going to add the antibiotic discs, which are right here. So I'm going to take hemostats and place the disc on the colony of the bacteria to see if it's susceptible. And then I'm going to wait 24 hours after I put the disc in to see if the bacteria is susceptible to this antibiotic. Okay. So it's been 24 hours since I've added the disc. So it doesn't look like the bacteria are susceptible to this because the bacteria still remain beside it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to record this in the chart. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add bacteria growth, not resistant to amoxicillin. And I'm going to record that.